and guide at the same time, inshallah. So, who are going to start? Which group is ready? Is it from the ladies or from the gents? Okay, they say ladies first. Ladies first, eh? Inshallah, you'll also be first in entering Jannah. Who is ready? Okay. You ready? Okay, come forward, come. All the team. Okay. Yeah, you can see it if you want. Then your group can stand next to you. So first you will read the question and then you explain to us. What do you feel? All of you come stand behind him and give him moral support.
What does it mean to embrace Shi'ism? To understand the concept of Islam, to not pray with your hands folded.
Allahu Akbar. That's a very good one. To understand the concept of Islam, you don't have to do what?
You don't have to pray with your hands folded.
You don't have to pray with your hand folded. Okay. Question. I want to ask some very serious question before we move forward. Are you all ready for this question? This all has to do with embraced and inherited. What is wrong when I fold my arms in Salah? This is a genuine question. What is wrong with that? I need an answer very quickly before we move forward. You went and touched something which I was not expecting, man. Okay, give her the mic. What is wrong?
I think it's wrong because a long time ago when I think it was when Islam had first started, and there were a few followers, the hypocrites, they would fold their arms, they would have idols in their arms, in their clothes. So that's why I think it's wrong.
Okay. Not bad. But there is something higher than that. But you have done well. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Why don't you fold your arms in Salah? Tell me. Embraced, inherited. Okay, give Haji mic. Because I want the ladies to hear you. But your answer is good answer, but there is something strong. Okay, let me hear from the lady first. Let the young lady and then... Why we don't do like this in Salah? This is very important. Because we following Rasulullah. Someone who is not folding also will tell you, I'm following Rasulullah. يعني اللي يتكتف يقول لك أنا أيضا. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why the follow Umar to this. But this is, we don't follow the Jews to put it in Islam. We should follow our Rasulullah. This is the story about the Sunni because Umar did it at that version.
Yeah. That's good one also. Very good. Any other response? You follow Aimma, but they will tell you also we are following Aimma.
No, they never say about Aimma. They say always about Rasulullah and Khalifas.
Okay. Good. At least we have ideas. Thank you so much. These are good questions. So very good. Very good. This is the question. What's wrong with that? Yeah. So the reason why it's wrong is that Prophet never did it. Then you ask me why. Then I can refer you to so many references. Because we believe the custodian of this religion is the Holy Prophet of Islam. So the locus of contention here is that we are doing it not because we saw Rasulullah doing it, but because we saw some top companions of Rasulullah doing it. And we are saying companion cannot contradict what was taught, practiced, and established by the Holy Prophet. So this has to do with referencing. As to where do you take your reference? We said we are taking from Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam, and others are taken from non. That is why, if you look at the Muslims in general, there are those who do like this. There are those who do like this. There are those who go further down. Okay, so that leave you to go and make some research. Maybe topic for another session next time. But then we say, huh? Yeah, so I give an example. When it comes to Maliki, we are from Maliki, those from West Africa, According to Maliki, it's makruh. But unfortunately, you go, majority of Malikis are doing it today. I'm from Maliki, born, bred in Maliki. According to Maliki, if you read his teachings, we'll discuss that later, inshallah. Now then it becomes theological discussion. But that is why this topic is important. Have you embraced it or have you inherited it? I said first we inherited, but we need to take it to the level of embracing it where we enjoy it more. So that is why it's wrong, Habibi, because prophets never did it. And it cannot be traced through authentic traditions of the Holy Prophet of Islam. Yeah. So tell me.
Alright, so for question 2.
You did all the 3 questions?
No, I just done question 2.
Okay.
So if we weren't born into it, would we have converted? So as a group, we decided that when we're young, then it's easier for our minds to be molded towards Islam, and maybe our friends or parents or teachers would have it would have been easy for them to influence us. Apparently, there's a saying from Imam Ali that says the heart of a youth is like an unfertilized piece of land, which basically means that on an unfertilized piece of land you can grow whatever you want. It's like a base to build whatever you want. So that's what it's like for the mind of the youth. So that means
I have a question for you. Are you Shia?
Yeah.
Are you proud Shia?
Yes.
No, don't worry about this turban. Just answer 3 questions. Don't worry, seriously, because you want to learn. Take the mic a bit close to mashallah. Are you a proud Shia?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Because
No, you will answer when you finish.
Because I believe in Islam. I believe in the beliefs we have, obviously. So because I feel like I have that strong belief, so that's why I'm proud of my beliefs. I think that's what's right.
So if I come to you and I tell you, convince me about it, can you convince me?
Inshallah.
I like it. You have done well. You wanted to answer. Khalid, you wanted to talk. Okay, leave Khalid. Now you go to your next paper. It's okay, guys. It's okay.
So, for question 3,
they answered all the questions.
How do I become the complete Shia?
Okay.
So it is not possible to do every single good thing to become a complete Shia. What you have to do is do what Allah tells us to do and take inspiration from the Imams.
MashaAllah. Can you give me one inspiration from Imams?
Respect your parents.
Oh, MashaAllah. Do you respect your parents?
Sometimes.
May Allah bless you. Salawat. Good. Muhammad. Your mom is in Jannah, man. Okay, now let's go to the ladies' side who are ready to present. Which group? Okay, do you have the mic? Yeah, so you can sit there and present if you want. And if you want to stand there, up to you. Let's hear from you and then we'll ask you some questions.
Do we have to answer all the questions?
Yes. No. You were supposed to answer, each group supposed to answer one question, isn't it? Or all the 3? All 3. That's fine. Okay. It means the elders remain in one. All the 3. Yeah. Start with the first one.
Can we answer the second one because we have more?
Yeah, no problem. Lovely.
So the second question is, if we weren't born into it, would we have converted? And in our group, some people said they might not have converted simply because of the type of information that is outside in the world now in the media about Shia Islam. And then someone like my sister and I, we said we probably would have converted because we converted anyway. Like for me, I converted in this mosque a couple of years ago. So mashallah, we would have converted at the mosque. But again, so then we started having conversations about the things that are being portrayed about Shia Islam in the media and why we wouldn't have converted because of that. And from there, we had a discussion about being more open-minded and learning more and learning about different things, because if we follow just what we saw in the media and just a simple Google search, then like she said, we wouldn't have converted into Shia Islam. So we, I think, ended up with the answer that we would be more open-minded and try to learn more about a lot of other things, not just ourselves or our culture, our sect, or our religion alone.
Very good. Any other response before we ask you some few questions here?
I think adding to that, I think if we say me for example, if I were non-Muslim at all, I don't think I would have even heard the word Shia at all. So I wouldn't even know if they existed or not, because if you talk to a lot of people, they wouldn't know. The image of Islam portrayed is what the majority of Muslims follows, which is Sunni Islam, I guess. But I think if I was Sunni, then maybe I would have heard Shia, but I would have heard a lot of negative. As she mentioned, like they would bring up things such as the chest beating, or
What is chest beating?
um,
Who beat his chest?
that's the
Okay, we'll come to that. Continue.
That's the image that Sunnis portray. They say that's what Shias do, and as well, like if you hear other negative things, they say they revere the Ahlul Bayt too much to the extent that they almost they sort of they don't follow Tawheed properly, I guess. So a lot of things that Sunnis mention, for example, say if I were coming from a Sunni perspective, even then I think I would have maybe been, I'm not sure, but yeah. So the image of being a Shia and the sort of information out there, it's almost, I think, hard to find out the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other? Then I have a question for you, for your group. So my question to you specifically, or if any one of you can answer. If you come across a friend or classmate, Muslim, non-Muslim, and then you tell the person, look, I'm a Shia. Say, no, this Shia is not good. They beat their chest. What will be your response?
Well, my response would be I wouldn't even look into that debate too much, because looking at Shi'ism as a theology, it's not something that you have to follow. It's just a practice. It's not necessarily...
Yeah, but will you engage the person? Will you take time to discuss with, or will you just put it on the carpet and then you just go?
Well, myself, I think I don't necessarily agree with... I would say, for example, the Shia scholars themselves, a lot, if you look at... mainstream Shia scholars, they condemn a lot of the extreme practices.
Like what?
Like Al-Qama, for example.
So we are not talking of that.
So
We're talking of Matam, Latmiya. Anyone can answer in the group, because we are talking of embraced or inherited. If they can't answer, I will come to the mothers and the fathers here too. So get ready, guy.
I would definitely engage, because through day-to-day life, like that's all I do anyway. Because I live still among Sunnis. My extended family, they're all Sunnis. Where I'm from in Nigeria, it's majority Sunni. And in fact, Shias are looked down upon in Nigeria. And in university and everywhere, I always have to explain that I'm Shia and the reason why I'm Shia and the reason why I converted, because I was once Sunni. And so these are conversations that we have every single day of our lives.
So what will you tell them? They tell you, you know what? I don't want to hear about this Shia. Because they beat their chest. What will be your answer? I want to know your reaction. I said, everybody get ready. I will ask this question if,
Okay, so basically, I've had a lot of these debates because I love engaging in this with Sunnis as well as other atheists. Because in my university, I would get once a week, my atheist friends and every single friend would start grilling me once a week. So I'd be eating my lunch, and all of them would start asking me questions, Sunnis and everyone, especially about Matham. So, because I read some things about Sunnis, the Sunni hadith, that Aisha herself hit her face to mourn, I think, the Prophet's death or something.
Yeah.
And then one of the Prophets pulled I think Prophet Muhammad lost his teeth. And one guy pulled out all his teeth.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, this is the way that people mourn. It's nothing bad. It's just mourning what you are doing. There's nothing wrong in it. So I think I keep bringing back their sources to them.
Yeah, why not? Taking them back to their sources will be the only way to answer them. Yeah.
I think also, like you said, taking them back to their sources in the Quran as well. So obviously, there's no contention of whether the Quran.
Some good stuff are coming here, man.
I can't remember exactly the reference, but I think Bibi Sarah, when she found out that she wasn't able to conceive, it says that she struck herself. So that in itself is the reason why we do it. But then as well as that, I think it is actually hard to explain to non-Shias, because the reason that it's the emotion that you associate with when you hear the story from Imam Husayn. It's so all-consuming that it's a form of catharsis in a way. Like my mum in her psychology textbook says, the example is given of obviously this is zanjir, like with knives, but it says that there's some Muslims do engage in extreme practices because it is a way to sort of let off their emotion. So I think, but because of that, because it's this extreme emotion, it's hard to explain fully.
So you see, what I'm getting here is it would have been difficult for some of them to convert into Shi'ism because of the bad image of the school of thought that is being portrayed out there. So the last question, you wanted to add something, so let him ask the question, then you can add on that. The last question I want to ask, because you see, you are the future of our communities. You are youth, you have bright futures, you all studying. The school of thought will depend on you, your iman. You're not just going to be only mothers, you are also going to be professionals. You're going to help in the upbringing of the children. So you are very important. And your understanding of the faith is crucial. Now, the question I have for you, that's last, then I can go to others because of time, is that bear in mind all these propaganda about Shias, which you are right, 100%. I mean, the elders also alluded to that fact. What is it that you, as Shia youth, can do to change this narrative in your own small way? Because the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step, isn't it? You will say, no, I cannot do Manat. You can do something. What is it that you can do as our youth? At school, madrasa, with your colleagues, with your friends? I want to hear.
Okay, so number one, from my personal experience, especially when I'd engage with non-Muslims who have no bias of Shi'ism in the first place, mainly because they haven't heard of it, I wouldn't come up to them from that narrative. I would just, mainly look at our personalities, the personalities we revere.
Yeah.
I think if you even look from an unbiased point of view, that the personalities that we hold as role models can't compare to the ones that Sunnis hold as role models.
Excellent.
So I think, just looking at the story of Muharram, I think a lot of people, when they talk about their journey
very good point
to Shi'ism, the main story they talk about is Muharram itself. And even when we look at, say, for example, Islamic history, and unfortunately, a lot of Sunni Muslims themselves, they don't know a lot about the contradictions within Islamic history. Like, I think one point I brought up was the Battle of Siffin, how Imam Ali fought against Muawiyah, and but Sunnis revere both of them as Sahaba, and they say that they'll both go to Jannah. But from a Shia perspective, the history makes much more sense. You can't say that both people are on the haq when they fight each other. It doesn't make any sense.
MashaAllah. Very good. So the last question is, who can answer? Those who have not spoken. How do you change the narrative? So many propaganda about Shias on social media, out there, that would have made it difficult for maybe all of us to embrace. What will be your response?
I think
everyone's part to play is being the best version of yourself and basically excelling in whatever field you're in or whatever you're doing.
Fantastic.
We need Shias who are like the best engineers. We need Shias who are like the best teachers.
MashaAllah.
We need politicians who are Shias. We basically need to infiltrate all the spaces so that whatever conversation's happening, we're part of that conversation. We're part of the discourse in whatever is happening.
Excellent. I think this group is a good group. Obviously, you see, it's not going to be easy to change the narrative, but you can start with yourself. And this is exactly the sayings of Imam Hassan al-Askari alayhi salam and our beloved Sifi Imam Jafar Sadiq. And I remember in Muharram I was mentioning it one night also here. You know, you need to excel in whatever you do. That is very important. That is the only way we can. And I give an example. How many of you know Mahdi Hassan? Mahdi Hassan. Mahdi Hassan. Are you not proud of him? Sincerely. We all, inshallah, will be coming to Birmingham for our Husayni Summit on the 2nd of March. Inshallah, we'll send, Leicester Jamaat will send you invitation also. We are having a big Husayni Summit at the university, Aston University. Everybody's proud of him. I know him personally because we went to Ziyarah together. Very proud Shia. Love Ahl al-Bayt. So that is what we want. And he's using that position to also defend Islam and the school of thought of Ahl al-Bayt. And that is the way forward, inshallah. So as parents also, you need to empower your children. You need to support them. Madrasa, we need to support our children. Let them study to the highest level. We need lawyers from them. We need engineers from them. We need doctors from them. We need nurses from them. We need politicians from them. Why not? That is the only way we can change their narrative. Now let's hear from the gents here. Ali, you should tell me time you should go. You know, Maulana's, the time they've got problems, they talk too much. Now let me get then we'll come later, Jenna. Which group is presenting here from the gents? Masterpiece group.
So obviously we discussed the second scenario. If we weren't born into it, would we have converted? And I took the initiative and said, depending upon the circumstances, and there are many things which we discussed. And if you were, materialistic gains, because obviously we're all looking for something, what is there in for us. So if we find something that we know that lots of those who preached, they provided some water in some remote areas or the houses, the health, whatever, education facilities. So anything which you can think, oh, you're going to get that if you do this. Some of us said fear. So for example, I don't want to get out of my comfort zone. I have a reaction of my families. Some of them just said that we are so busy, so we don't know. We wouldn't have probably done the research. We don't want to get out of the comfort zone. We are very comfortable with what we were. And lack of the time. And then one of it says a propaganda against Shi'ism. So when we hear the word Shi'ism, I don't need to know anything about it because of all the bad propaganda. And one thing which I sort of said it that more recently, at least one very positive thing coming all over the world, that all the terrorism are associated with non-Shia whatsoever, which is obviously very, very positive. It's becoming very well known. And I think we should take the advantage of that because everybody now knows that.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
thank you. Absolutely. We don't have Shia terrorists. We've never heard of it, you know. And that is something we can be proud of. Alhamdulillah. Now from the ladies, which other group want to present? Then I will allow you to ask questions now. Any other group want to present? Was it only one group in the ladies? The ulama, man, each alim is saying you present that alim.
Okay, so we're gonna do question 3.
I'm ready to answer questions now. But do they want to present or? The ladies are still deciding. Who is the alima? Okay, okay.
We're gonna do question 3. So to be like a complete Shia, you need like a full yaqeen, like it's a belief that
You need a full yaqeen.
like that what you are doing, it's right. And like you should also like um reflect on your day. So like since you've woken up and when you're going to bed
Yeah.
or before sleep, you should like look through your day and see what you've done wrong, and then try not doing those mistakes again. Ask for forgiveness and
Yeah. That's a complete Shia. Okay, now before we summarize everything, if you have any question, you can ask me now. Then I'll tell you the way forward, what you need to do. Okay, so let's start here and then I will come there. Yeah, give it to her. Oh, you are presenting, mashallah. Mashallah. Yeah. MashaAllah. Very good, very good. Now, these are good ones. Someone wanted to, before I.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Okay, I had a question related to question number 2, and I believe all the 3 questions are connected.
Yeah.
With my question. My question was, our childrens and youths, they are not fundamentally, conceptually, ideologically strong enough to defend all the issues. Yeah. On the question number 2 is, if we weren't born into it, would we have converted? So my question arises here: are we ready for the new revealings inside Shi'ism? Because what we follow and the religion we follow are basically rituals and all culturals that came from our forefathers.
Yeah.
And what we believe is, it's like 30-40 years that ilm has started exploring. There are multiple fields open in ilm Islam. So what we do realize is, nowadays people are not ready enough. Even Shias are not ready enough to accept the realities that are coming from inside, because of their rituals, because of their cultures, and my forefathers were not doing this. Why am I? Or my forefather were doing this. Why am I supposed to live this? This is not culture. This is not Islam. So basically, what I believe is, there is a base root cause of this is we are not aware of the concepts and ideologies, and we don't see much work going on this particular part. Only, it's like how to live life. We are taught by multiple lecturers, yeah, how to accommodate in this society, but how to make my fundamental concepts and ideology strong, there are no roots and there are no lectures on that, yeah. So my question is, how do we move forward on that?
Yeah, I think there are so many lectures on that. Maybe you've not come across that. But okay, before I come in, allow Hajj. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Obviously, it will depend on which Shia communities are we talking about, because we have so many Shia communities in the world, and maybe we have experienced only our communities, the Khoja community or the Pakistani community or the Hindu communities, and some have experienced Iraqi communities, African communities. Each community look at it differently. You understand? For instance, if you go to the African communities, because majority of them were not born Shias, they embraced it through research. So the way they conduct their programs are completely different from the way we conduct our programs. If you go to Arabs also, they also have their own way of conducting. Iranians, you see, all these rituals, I don't think they are bad. I totally agree with what you are saying, which I will explain. But one of the benefits of these rituals is that it kept us going. It's beautiful. It keeps us going. From time to time, we have something to do. We are not bored. I can tell you there are other centers, other Muslim communities, they are bored. There are no programs. But at least, I'm not saying we should only depend on that. Definitely, I'm against depending on only rituals. But we have like 11 of our imams, or even you say the 12, but then all the 11, we celebrate their birth and their departures from this world, and one will celebrate the birth without the departure. So these are something that keeps us busy. This brings me to these comments. How do I become a complete Shia? Because that is the aim of tonight's discussion, to go out with something. Because we're talking of inherited and embraced. And I mentioned that both are good. We all begin with inherited, but we have to take what we have inherited to the next level. Our grandfathers or grandmothers, they tried their level best. At least, if they left nothing for us, they left us being Shias, which is something we need to appreciate. But are you also going to leave your children only Shia the way your grandfathers left it for you? Or you want your children to take it to the next level? Obviously, common sense will tell us we want our children to take it to the next level because their times are different from our time. They have exposures to so many things that we never had exposures to. So one, how do I become that complete Shia? One, you cannot become a complete Shia without true and proper understanding of what Shia is all about. How do I do that? By beginning to read seriously or to attend classes about Shias. So you come, you ask, you Shia, yes Shia. Since last year up until now, how many books have you read about your faith? You cannot be a complete Shia if you do not read. So first thing to do, we need to read books on our faiths. That will give you that independence. And that will give you that satisfaction. And that will inspire you to appreciate being Shia. Now, by show of hands, I'm going to ask a question by show of hands. How many of you all here? Feel free, just raise up your hand. This is open discussion, no problem. Nobody's on camera. I'm the only one on camera, so don't worry. I've read 5 books about your faith last year. 5 books about your faith. Not about Harry Potter. You know what I mean? I don't want to mention the other days. I'm talking of your faith. Your faith. How many? 5. 5. Okay, I've heard 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I will come to that. So good. Thank you. Oh, Mama? Okay. Good. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay. How many of you have read 3 books on your faith last year? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6. Good number. How many of you have read 2 books on your faith last year? I've got 1. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fantastic. How many of you have read 1 book on your faith last year? I'm talking of 2018. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Very good. How many of you have read nothing? Nothing. Well, now raise up your hands, man. So majority did not read any book on their faith. To complete your faith, you have to read. And there are very simple books. I'm sure those who have read came across these books. You know this author, Mohammed Tijani Samawi, tried to complete all his books. He has about 9 books. He started with Then I Was Guided. Read all the 9 books. 7, 8 or 9, I'm not. Read all. I promise you, it will make you very strong. Because he gives proofs. He gives a lot of references. Mohammed Tijani Samawi. You'll have the PDF. That's one. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Try. Next time when I come, I'll ask how many of you have read all the books. The other book, if you really want to make your faith like strong. Bishawar Night. How many of you have read Bishawar Night? It's in English. You have English, you have Arabic, you have Urdu. It's unbelievable book. Bishawar is a place in Pakistan. Bishawar Night. Layali Bishawar. That's in Arabic. Amazing book. Simple, but it strengthens your faith. 3. How many of you have read Muraja'at? Sheikh Sharafuddin. Muraja'at 2. Amazing book on our faith. You know, it was a conversation between him and the Mufti or Sheikh of Al-Azhar. Yes. Beautiful book. Read that book. Muraja'at. It's in English, not in Arabic. There's Arabic also, but in English. Urdu also if you want. Even Gujarati came to Tama is there. And then the last book, maybe I can share The Emergence of Shia School by Allama Tabatabai. Zuhur Tashayyo by Allama Tabatabai. How Shi'ism started. We need to know this. This is the beginning. Otherwise, we cannot claim to be a Shia. You cannot be a lover of Imam Jafar if you have not read. Now, I want to ask you a question. Who can give me one proof? Kumail, how many minutes left? Okay, give me 5. Who can give me one proof? Now, I want at least one answer from here, one answer from here. I'm trying to demonstrate to you the importance of embracing knowing. One proof I want. Why do we believe in Imam Ali and not the others? I want solid proof. Why do we say Immediately after Prophet, the first one is Imam Ali and not any other person. Two, loaded when you loaded.
End of Surah Al-Kahf, going every Friday. The last
قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله لكان ربي فليعمل عملا سواء ولا يشرك بربه أحدا.
Which of Khalifa or any personality did Amal Saleh die Imam?
That is debatable.
And which one he never should?
This is debatable. I can debate you. Next time we have to organize debate, we have to debate on this. Kumar. قبلك وصديقي شيعكم. أنا أقول لك هذا صديقي مو خليفتي. يعني الرواية مو تصري أنه خليفة.
And Allah wahab in the Quran wahab li min ladin Harun
يرثني ويرث من آل يعقوب. Classic.
Allah wahab Ali to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and nasl of Muhammad, the children of Muhammad from Ali.
If you get someone whose Arabic is power, he will take you on. But these are good proofs. But someone who knows Arabic, he will smash it. Yeah. Okay, I need one. Very good, Mama. May Allah bless you. Jazakallah khairul jaza. I need one proof from this group. And then I need one from that group. Give me some very strong, convincing. Mama took us to the high level, too deep, Quranic verses. So you as youngsters, the future of the school of thoughts of Imam Ja'far and the ambassadors of Imam al-Zaman, why do we insist on taking from Imam Ali immediately after Prophet and not any other companion? MashaAllah, your salawat even shows you are strong. Many say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and they are Shias for many years. Allah.
Rasulullah wouldn't say anything unless Allah ordered him to. So he said, "Man kuntum Mawla, fahadha Ali Mawla," which means whoever's master I am, Ali is also his master. So this is why we believe that after Rasulullah, Imam Ali is
That's the event of Ghadir, isn't it? Yeah. Solid. Can you show the reference to your friend? Reference to this event. Okay, that we can help you later. You wanted to say something? MashaAllah, this is very good. Event of Ghadir is unshakable. If it is presented properly, it's unshakable. It's very powerful.
I'm not entirely sure whether these are events that are unanimously addressed to the Shias, but the thing is, whenever the Prophet did something, the very first person to immediately copy him would always be Muhammad. So when you hear the story about where Qibla didn't always use to be facing towards when the Prophet was
Akida is good.
Anybody did that, even if it was a Prophet, the majority, and they did, would think that he didn't know what he was on about and wouldn't follow it. Imam Ali was the only person to immediately change.
Absolutely. This is anonymous. This is accepted by all. But then definitely there are discussions. That's why I said one day we have to have a debate on this. Group here, motion. Then we discuss. But this is very good point. Yeah, I know the battle. I will ask someone to answer. Yeah.
Saying that the prophets died, but Imam Ali, he knew straight away that the prophet hadn't died. He had such strong conviction. So obviously, the person we're going to follow would be the person who had the greatest conviction.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Last one, and then I come to the gents. The ladies are knocking you guys down. The way Chelsea won last night. وعليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا.
It's talking about completing religion, and I think it's looking at the role of leadership and how leadership is so important, within Islam and Christianity and Judaism. They didn't say after Jesus there wasn't
A successor.
someone could fall off, and that's why Christianity has become the way it has. But we believe that leadership is so important. I think this verse reaffirms that.
MashaAllah. Very good. Oh, so many hands. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. No one else.
Throughout his life, till the Prophet was with him, and he was learning, and this is why the differences that Sheikh Shakira or Nahjul Balagha.
They will tell you Nahjul Balagha is not from Imam Ali. They say Nahjul Balagha is not authentic. What will you say?
Then who would have, like in comparison, who would have come to this level that they have spent all their lives with Rasulullah, learning from him?
There are, I will tell you.
Logically, this explains that like someone who has spent so much time with Rasulullah,
Right from young age. MashaAllah. Last one. Yeah, Laylatul Mabit.
if somebody doesn't believe in one particular event, you have multiple examples. Like the event of Khaybar is in the sense, this was one thing people deny. That around, so
Ahsant. These are good. I need one response from here.
I was going to say, on the first level, you have in the Quran, in Surah Baqarah, after the Prophet Ibrahim was tried, Allah appointed him an Imam. So which means that after prophethood comes Imamah. So when you tie that, so on the first level, you have appointment. So the Imam after the Prophet is appointed. Secondly, there is a concept of leadership after the Prophet. And if you tie that into the event of Ghadir, which gives you both the appointment and the fact that he calls him the Mawla, and you have the definition that by what we go by, that ties into.
Yeah, he's referring to Inni ja'iluka linnasi imama. Making you imam from today, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Then he said, what of my offspring, my children? Then Allah said, La yanalu ahadi al-zalimin. So zulum, he said, you can divide people looking at zulum into the following. There are those from the beginning of their life up until the end they were doing zulum. And there are those from the beginning of their life to the end of their life, they were pure and clean. And there are those from the beginning of their life to the middle of their life, zulum, but towards the end they change. And there are those from the beginning, they were bad, they were good. But before they died, they changed. Allah in this ayah is saying, Zalim will not attain. So you look at all the companions, there was only one companion who has never committed one zulm by worshipping idol, and that was Imam Ali alayhi salam. All other companions, those that we respect, one way or the other, they worshipped idols before, and then they made tawbah. The only one who never prostrated to an idol in his life is Imam Ali alayhi salam. That's why when our Sunni brothers call Imam Ali, they said, Karramallahu wajah. Because Imam Ali never prostrated. So in conclusion, read these books, please, brothers and sisters, I beg you. Please, 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 please. Google them. Get the PDFs of these books. Wallahi, it will help you. Especially if you mothers with your children, it will help you. And if you are teachers in madrasa, this will definitely help you, these books that I mentioned. And second thing, to become a good Shia is to be a person of an excellent akhlaq. You cannot be a good Shia if you have a terrible akhlaq. You don't know how to talk to people. You don't know how to interact with people, whether Muslims or non-Muslim. And last but not least, of course there are so many, but this is just three main ones. You cannot be a Shia if you do not follow the footsteps of Ahlul Bayt. Salat, simple. You find Shias, they don't pray. And they said, we love Sayyidah Zainab. Hijab. That's one serious hot topic. Why should I wear hijab? Because Baba, you don't want to wear. Why? I don't understand. But you love Zainab. Because Zainab was wearing hijab. Are you beautiful than Zainab? No, times different. No, Baba, Zainab is more beautiful than you. She was wearing hijab. So we have to follow Ahlul Bayt. If you want to complete, you have to follow them. Bibi Fatima alayhi salam. Was she wearing hijab? Yes, she was. Why you don't want to wear? No, people laugh at me. But you are in a democratic society. You are protected. So we have to follow. And the same thing here. Your ibadah, your worship, you have to emulate and follow Ahlul Bayt. You cannot claim to be a complete Shia if your life is contrary to the way Ahlul Bayt used to be. It doesn't work out. You tell me you are my leader, and then I do this, you do something. You can't. You have to be a true Shi'i. So therefore, I urge you these 3 points. First, reading. And second is what? Akhlaq. And third, follow the footsteps of Ahlul Bayt. And inshallah, with that, Allah will help us, inshallah. Now we call Hazrat Kumail.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
On behalf of all of us, thank you so much, Sheikhna. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increases in your barakah and grants you more opportunities to join us for some more fruitful and rich discussions just as we had today. I know I've certainly got some reading to do. And thank you so much to all of you who've attended today. Without you guys, without us all attending in good numbers, we can't have these rich discussions. So I'm going to ask a question, just like Sheikh did, which will require a show of hands. So for those of you who would come again, if we did something like this, can you please raise your hands now?
I will come also, if I'm available.
Excellent. Thank you so much. You can put your hands down. So Alhamdulillah, we've got your commitment. We are going to do this again, inshallah. Sheikh has committed for us. So inshallah, on Saturday, the 26th of January, so 2 weeks today, at 7 p.m, Sheikhna will be joining us again. And without further ado, pizza is...
And if you have any question, please. Today we did not have much time. Some very difficult questions about the faith, about your Aqidah. Maybe to your friends at school, and you really want some answers. Feel free next time, bring those questions. You can give it to Brother Kumail and his team. Then they can inform me in advance. And then when we can make it more fruitful, inshallah. Feel free, come up with the question, because we need to strengthen our Aqidah and we don't want to do that blindly. Blind following is against our school of thought. We want to do it with proper understanding. So think through, all of you. Anything which is not clear, which is like gray area, feel free, bring it on board, and we should be able to discuss it, inshallah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And any ideas for topics for upcoming discussions, please do send them in to any member of the Behlul team. And without further ado, please help yourself to pizza. And we'll end the session with a loud salawat by Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.